Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield. I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasak, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasak had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him, to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Katasak. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasak bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasak, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened to Katazak?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kedachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have you come here again?
I've come to ask for your help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island? Or are you looking for something else?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help me.
Truly? And in what way?
By performing the Anatalis fair on the body of Katasak the Donegad.
Katasak is dead. Undervush dire. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared. Taken, according to a witness. And Katasak suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth? Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasak.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the past. Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding. Our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Menawi have died. The Anatalas fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglendaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember, or write in your language what I shall tell you. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasak, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Doren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
I'll go and get the ingredients you require, and I'll find you there when the moment has come.
Safe travels.
The enlightened protect me from this battle. To my help, and death to the others!
recognize this weapon. It's Catesac's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence of alchemy. The best potions and the most efficient concoctions. All of Alsad's talent put into bottles.
Greetings.
I was honored by your visit. Please, come back whenever you want.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! To my help! And death to the others!
Were you able to find the elements I need for the ritual?
Yes. Here is what you asked me to bring.
This is good. The moon is high. We may start. Take your place. Katasa, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Bara vridenan ta hanemo quate grenfen, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de ta hawan kloisam, de ta lugedon velam, de ta ragam buledam, de ta tamenam reloidan, a de ta lamen kante bedam, en antelam verfragt dan.
Katasak! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one, Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on.
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice.
Do you know where to look for him? Vinbar has been missing for moons.
The kings and queens could tell me where they saw him for the last time.
Then you must earn their trust. Arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi. Your journey is still long.
Thank you, Mev. You have helped us greatly.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you, but for Katasach. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Sorry, this is Sorry, this is
If this mine is as dangerous as Duncas said it was, those who are exploiting it are reckless. Do these people not have any regard for the lives of their miners?
They may not realize how dangerous this is. We should take a closer look.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
Those crazy fools have reopened this mine. It's revolting. They chain these poor natives up and have them take all the risks in the mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sir de Corsillon. I hope our nation is not involved in this business.
Ah, Lady de Sardet. Did you get my message?
Indeed. The arrival of the de Vespe family in Tirfredi is surprising, and no doubt worrying. But without knowing their intentions...
Nothing good can come from that family, for the interests of the D'Orsay family and Serene. But I truly cannot tell you anything about the reason for their presence. The message I received was brief. Aurelia de Vespe announced her arrival on the island and asked to see your cousin as soon as possible. She and her entourage seem to have settled in a region that I do not know. Adag ol Credo, north of Vikshadir. I think it would be good for you to locate her and try to find out more. You should also take advantage and visit these unknown lands. Who knows what they have in store for us?
You're right. It's better for us to go and see what it's all about. What can you tell me about the de Vespe family? I've never met them, and everything I know is hearsay.
And, strange and worrying as it is, the rumors are justified for the most part. Nevertheless, I'm not an expert, and I've been away from the continent for a long time. I'm sure Sir de Corsillon will be able to tell you more. But know that they have envied the D'Orsay family's power in the congregation for generations. They have tried to impose themselves many times at its head, holding up the antiquity of their city Peren as a pretext. They bribe messengers, use blackmail and trickery, even murder, according to some people. And don't back down for anything. Be very careful with them, Your Excellency, and don't believe a single one of their lies. They're real vipers. Do you have any other questions?
Goodbye, Lady Morange.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful. Don't underestimate the trickery of the de Vespes.
Sister Sade, you seem somewhat gloomy. What's troubling you?
As you may have heard, the De Vespe family has sent a delegation to the island. It's led by the prince's daughter herself.
Ah, most curious. And very worrying indeed. But you didn't come all this way in person just to bring me the bad news, I take it?
You read my mind. Knowledge is power. I need all the information you've got. Do you know anything in particular about the prince's daughter, Aurelia de Vespe?
She's a young woman, about your age. Very beautiful, so they say. And she's dearly beloved by her father. Despite her age, she's already endured her fair share of tragedy. Her husband, whom I'm told she deeply loved, was brutally murdered not long ago. What's more, Aurelia's older brother, Octave de Vespe, is rumored to be the one behind it. And I don't just mean he gave the order. That said, don't be fooled into thinking she's but a tragic, defenseless young widow. Oh, she's very much her father's daughter. Ambitions and all. I have no doubt she'll be a formidable opponent for yourself and Constantine. Treat her as such. Was there anything else you wish to ask?
I've come to ask you about a mine near Vigigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a Master Maillard. However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods. But we must determine the best way to attack him. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry. We'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Given this family's reputation, what's stopping us from arresting them on the spot?
What, without evidence? That would do no good to your uncle's reputation and his position on the continent. I'm sure your cousin would delight in watching him squirm. But the Dorsey family could never recover from such a situation. If you arrest her without evidence, the council would be forced to intervene. And that is exactly what that old serpent, Alexandre de Vespe, wants. No, you must play along for now, but be extremely vigilant. Look out for poison in particular. The de Vespes have untraceable poisons down to a science. Their other weapon is compromising information, which they store in special chests without keyholes. Should slander not suffice, their assassins step in. It is said that Peren's river is riddled with the bodies of their enemies. Take care you don't end up joining them. Was there anything else you wish to ask?
I must be on my way. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye. And tread carefully.
You seem puzzled. Do you need help deciphering these documents?
I get lost in all the legal jargon, but they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her to understand exactly what they say.
You're back. Do you have any news about Aurelia de Vespe and her entourage?
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the deeds. I must admit that I understand very little of what's written, but your seal is on it.
Do not worry, this type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigigador. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet, the mine located on this plot of land has been reopened and is being exploited as we speak.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed for security reasons. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see him. He's presently in New Serene. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has some warehouses there.
Come closer, good people. Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style? Does your best
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Sardet. I am the legate of the congregation.
Well, I'm flattered. What brings you here, Your Excellency?
I'm here to talk to you about the mine you have near Vigigador. Are you aware that you have no right to operate it? Nor are you allowed to employ slaves there.
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. Listen, I'm sure there is a way for us to get along. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes, and the small bonuses needed. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send him the gift of his choice. Now, Your Excellency, if you will allow me, I have to get back to my activities.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. It's not a money problem. That mine is dangerous. And you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving this way with the natives.
Come on, don't be so serious, young woman. I'm sure it's nothing that a small bonus can't fix. Goodbye, madam. Best wishes to your cousin. Come closer, good people. The cure in
You're back. Any news?
I verified the contract with Lady Mirange. The exploitation of the mine is illegal, as we expected, without even taking into account what he's doing to the natives. I then went to meet Master Maillard.
So, what did he have to say in his defense?
He turned a deaf ear and tried to bribe me.
Oh, some of these merchants are so rich that they forget basic decency. But it's high time we reminded him of who is in charge of the congregation on this island. Here, this is an eviction notice which dispossesses him of all his land for breaching his contract. For his crimes against the natives, he's banished from this island. I will make him aware of this decision, but you should go to the mine immediately. The prisoners must be freed as soon as possible, and the mine closed once more.
I'll take care of it.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to see.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
I don't need your authorization. I have here an eviction notice signed by the governor's ministers. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his rights due to a breach of contract.
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the boss's orders.
In that case, where can I find him to notify him of his loss?
You'll find him around here somewhere, Your Excellency.
Excellent.
Are you looking for trouble?
Master Maillard, I'm so glad to find you here. Here is a document from Sieur de Cossillon on behalf of my cousin. Considering the fact that you have not respected the terms of your contract of ownership, you are hereby expelled. The methods you used against the islanders has also ensured your banishment from Tirfredi.
Impossible. By what right? Guards, this woman threatens me. To my help! And death to the others!
May the shadow engulf our enemies! Move away! Things are about to get
May the enlightened forgive these brutes. I wouldn't be able to. We should free these poor people and go find Dunkus.
Go without fear. You are free. And know that we are sorry for what happened to you.
We must believe that not all Lugir blow or alike.
She is an Al-Manawi. That's why she understands us. Thank you. We will not forget you.
my Tempest. Can I do anything for you?
I must leave you.
What brings you here on Manawi?
I was able to close the mine. The man who operated it was arrested and will be banished.
Yes, those you freed told me. From now on, you are my Karants, my friend. You knew how to renew my trust in your clan. Just as trees grow back after being cut.
Thank you, Dunkus. I am honored. Will you give us the old man now?
If you allow it, I would like to punish him myself. Enough blood has been spilled, and he will only call for more of it. Since he loved the forest to the point of killing for it, he will be sentenced to heal it. Every day he will replant what your men will cut down. Every day until the end of his life. Does this punishment seem acceptable to you?
If I explain to Sir de Cossillon that the man was sentenced to forced labor, I suppose he will approve. Thank you, Dunkus. It is a wise sentence.
Is there anything else?
I did what you asked of me. Would you tell me now what you know about your High King?
You have earned my trust through your actions. Now, hear me. The last time I saw him, we were in Dorhat Genedu. He wanted us to help him decide what we should do about you. You, the Renaigse. Dedra and Bladnid wanted us to spill blood and chase you from our lands. Ulan's words were all honey, as is his talent, and wanted us to welcome you with open arms. I attempted, as is my wont, to follow the path of wisdom, that which winds between the others. Finbar was not convinced by any of us. He decided to turn to a far greater source of wisdom. He left us to go to the sanctuary to see Anon Mil Frichtimen.
Would he still be there?
I do not think so. The Great Mind must have guided his footsteps in a direction beyond our understanding. But he would not have abandoned his people without first seeing his own one last time. You should go to Wen Shavar. Maybe there they would know where you could find him.
Thank you, Dunkas.
shadow engulf our enemies!
I need healing!
Take me in this battle!
Legate de Sade, I presume.
Indeed. Delighted to meet you, Your Grace.
The accounts I've been given of you and your companions don't do you justice. Truly, it is a pleasure. We're going to become wonderful friends, you and I'm sure of it. Say, aren't we going to be cousins soon?
Pardon me, Your Grace, but I'm not sure I follow. And if I may ask, what is it precisely that brings you to this remote island?
Have Haven't you heard? Well, it seems the messengers on this island are not particularly reliable. No matter. Your uncle and my father have decided that your cousin, Prince Constantine, and I are to be married. So, here I am.
My. This is incredible news.
I know you must be surprised. However, this alliance will be a wonderful way to put an end to the enmity between us, don't you think?
But I must inform you that sadly, my cousin... he's disappeared. We believe he may have been kidnapped.
Oh? What horrible news. Do you know who's responsible? I assume an investigation is underway.
Of course. And I'm involved in the investigation. Every effort is being made to find the governor.
Well, I'm most reassured that you're in charge. I'm sure you'll find him quickly, and that we'll soon be wedded as planned. Then, you and I will be cousins, of course. Furthermore, I was hoping I might be able to count on your assistance.
Of course, Your Grace. What can I do for you?
You see, I didn't want to impose myself on New Serene until all the necessary arrangements had been made for my arrival. I had the Nauts drop us off in a quiet place outside the city. Too far outside the city, clearly. There were these savages and bandits skulking around the woods and threatening us. They even robbed me. Worst of all, they took the chest in which I was keeping the marriage contract.
We try not to use the term savages. We're on their land, after all. And the congregation's aim here is to do business.
Right you are. Please excuse me. I'm still not entirely used to these new surroundings. In any case, it's absolutely mortifying to have to ask you this, but you know the island and its inhabitants better than I do. Could you perhaps retrieve the chest for me? I would be eternally grateful, cousin.
I won't deny that I'm surprised to hear about your engagement to my cousin, despite the excellent reason you put forth.
Surely you didn't think your cousin would stay single forever? Perhaps you thought to remedy this yourself? Know that although the decision was not my own, I'm very pleased about it. I got the impression your uncle thought a wedding might calm your cousin a little. And now that he's in the role of governor, he needs a wife of his standing. My father saw an opportunity to get me away from Peren, where I was in great danger, and found me a worthy husband in the process. But again, it's clear that their main intention was to put an end to years of conflict. Is there anything else?
Can you tell me more about the theft?
Of course. We were unloading our things from those horrid little boats that the Nauts get about in when it was taken. I was busy setting up camp at the time, so I didn't see who it was. My men didn't see much either, because it was dark. But certain natives from the region stopped by in the morning. They were aggressive and insisted that we leave. I'm sure they were behind the robbery, unless it was just bandits. There were a couple that my men chased away, but that's all I know.
Thank you. We'll get about finding it.
Is there anything else?
I must be going, Your Grace.
But of course. Goodbye, dear cousin.
This whole wedding business seems suspect. It's very likely that Prince d'Orsay wants Constantine to marry, but choosing Aurelia de Vespe as his daughter-in-law is astonishing, to say the least.
I can't believe it either. There's too much rancor between our families.
You know your family's political schemes and your uncle much better than I. If you think there's room for doubt...
Yes. I suggest we examine that wedding contract closely. If I've understood correctly, the chest was here when it was stolen. Ah, there are footprints which lead away from the camp. There are other footprints here. They're quite deep, as if the person who made them were carrying a heavy load. We're on the right path.
Oi, Onol Manawi.
Hello.
Bur Tirtumat. I'm Vad from the Beraignodas clan. I need to speak to you. I've heard people talking about you in the village, and Dunkas respects you, so I'm sure you'll understand.
What is it?
This land has been sacred for generations, and only the Donegader of our clan can come to calm the anger of Enonmil Frichtimen.
This is where he spilled the burning blood of the land to destroy our enemies. The sun trembled and the sky was black for days.
It is madness to come back here, especially for Renaigse. You must leave and take all the other Renaigse with you.
Don't worry. They're only passing through. Soon they'll leave this place and reach our city.
I hope so, Honor Manawi. Because we can already feel the anger rising up to Credennis, and many would die if it spread.
And these Renaigse don't understand anything. They're multiplying like flies. No sooner had the ones in black arrived from the sea than others came from the woods to surround them. And now here you are.
I promise that these lands will soon find their peace.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
I'm looking for a chest which was stolen from the leader of the group that settled here.
And you think we took it? We wish only for their departure, and taking their objects won't help us to get them to leave.
That's not what I meant. I was just wondering if you knew where I might look for it.
Like we said, the Renaigse's presence in this place has attracted others. Others who only speak through violence and who hide even from your people. Maybe they have taken the chest of which you speak.
I saw some Renaigse going to and from the rocky overhang just west from here, but I don't know if they're the same ones. You all look alike.
Thank you. I'll go and investigate.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
Thanks again for your help. Goodbye.
Kwa awalam seg, Honor Manawi. And don't forget, those Renaigse need to leave.
The undergrowth has been crushed. Several people passed through here. footprints seem less hurried. The thieves must have felt safer here. We must be getting close.
Battle! With a poison on my leg. And let's go! Shadowing our enemies.
Looks like these outlaws were slaughtered without a fight. Very strange, considering they must have been used to makeshift camps.
Maybe they were drunk. But you're right. We should look around before returning Aurelia's chest. That's curious. On closer inspection, these men were obviously not killed by animals. The stab wounds are clearly visible. The Vesp coat of arms. This must be the chest Aurelia asked us to find.
Is there any way to open it? We could examine this contract of hers.
I can't see a lock. And we'd be hard-pressed to explain why we broke it. We'd better bring it back untouched. This campfire is strange. The ashes and embers are laid out as they should be, but the ground beneath them is untouched. This campfire has not been used. It seems as though it was just laid out as a prop. Something is wrong. The stab wounds on these outlaws and the fake campfire make me think this whole scene has been staged. And considering all we know about her family, I can't help thinking Aurelia de Vesp is responsible. The question is, why? I suppose we'll only find out once we've talked to her again. We'd best go back to the camp and return the chest.
Wait. Look, there seem to be soldiers over there. We should observe them before jumping into their arms.
It seems they are Aurelia de Vesp's swordsmen. I'm afraid it is now beyond doubt. These men were sent to ambush us. Aurelia sent us to recover that chest solely in order to get rid of us.
What a nasty schemer. What do you think? Would you like to go up against those hired assassins, or should we just find a way round them?
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle!
A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
That viper! How shameless! She used to hope those beasts would be the end of us. These men were just an added precaution. I expected foul play.
It seems they are Aurelia de Vesp's swordsmen. I'm afraid it is now beyond doubt. These men were sent to ambush us. Aurelia sent us to recover that chest solely in order to get rid of us.
What a nasty schemer. What do you think? Would you like to go up against those hired assassins, or should we just find a way round them? Just an added precaution. I expected foul play on her part, but I never thought she'd try to kill us so soon. What do you intend to do, my child? The situation is delicate. We can't just attack them outright.
She'll have to answer for this. But given the power of her family, we must remain polite.
I didn't think I'd see you again. So soon.
Is that because you'd hoped we'd be clawed to death by those beasts, or because you thought your assassins would get the better of us?
Come now, who do you take me for? I was just putting your courage to the test, that's all. A princess's whim. I kindly suggest you forget all about this little incident. You see, my dear, we de Vesps have a habit of knowing as much about our enemies as our friends. I'm afraid my father's men have obtained some rather sensitive information, which, well, if the other governors were to find out, it could very well jeopardize your position, along with that of the D'Orsay. If word were to get out about your origin, for example...
Are you trying to blackmail me?
Oh, what a horrid word! Come now, I would never do such a thing. Let's just say that I'm ensuring your loyalty. In fact, some of my men are already at the courts of Hikmet and San Mateus, and ready to act if you try anything. But I'm sure it won't come to that. We'll soon be part of the same family, after all.
Here's your chest. This is the one you sent me to fetch.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you for your help. You have shown yourself to be as reliable as they say. Long may it continue to be the case. Well, now that I've recovered my precious documents, you'll be able to deliver the wedding contract to your cousin in New Serene. I await the preparations for my arrival and accommodation. Then there'll be plenty of time to prepare the ceremony with my husband-to-be.
The arrival of a noble lady such as yourself will require several arrangements. New Serene is a very new city.
Yes, I'm sure. Don't dither for too long now. I'm counting on you to be as quick as possible, and to convince your cousin and his men to be reasonable. You know what's at stake. Is there anything else?
I must be going, Your Grace.
But of course. Goodbye, dear cousin.
She has us. We now have the contract, but even if it does turn out to be forged, we have no choice but to bend to her will.
Come, my child. Have I not taught you anything? I appreciate that our adversary is devious. This situation may be harrowing, but there's always a way out of blackmail. Let's recover the documents held by those henchmen in Hikmet and San Mateus. We'll then have all we need to act against her.
You're right. It's the only way to put an end to this alliance and supplant the Viper.
Your Excellency, I'm very sorry, but I can't let you in. For safety reasons, people from Thélème are not tolerated at the palace. Do you understand?
Yes, of course. I'm so dangerous that I could attack the palace all by myself.
Hello. Are you the guard who left me a message at the embassy?
Greetings, Your Excellency. Yes, it was me. I thought you should be warned when I saw those vermin bearing the Devesp livery.
This is indeed interesting information. Do you know if they're staying in town?
The delegation leader is always at the tavern. He drinks heavily. His men wander around town looking for trouble.
Thank you. I imagine you're expecting a reward.
No, Your Excellency, keep your money. I'll consider myself highly rewarded if you manage to put a stop to their horrible manipulative plans. My old battalion was almost completely lost to those vipers. They led us into a trap and left us to rot, so I don't know what you wish to do to them. But I wish you the best success. May the Enlightened protect me in this war. Bit of poison on my brain. And let's go!
Me and my
Overshadowing both our enemy. Let's see if you can ward off this.
And let's go!
You again?
I have a very lucrative proposal for you. You know that I have to fight against a champion.
Everyone knows. You were expected to lose in 1 minute.
I'm well aware of that. I know that my opponent is too strong for me. But let's suppose my opponent draws the fight out a bit. For the beauty of the battle, of course.
I'm starting to see what you're alluding to. This fight don't interest me. The odds against you are so high, I wouldn't get much out of it. But if we make all the gamblers lose, by letting you hang in there a little longer...
We could win a nice little nest egg.
Organising this will entail some costs for me. It's better to add a bonus. Without the bonus, there's no deal. If you pay me in advance, you won't be tempted to play any tricks. So, get your wallet out.
We can definitely reach a deal, but we would have to renegotiate the odds.
Absolutely not. You're not in a position to negotiate. You need me too much.
I'd have a really good think about it if I were you. I may not be a champion, but you know I have a certain reputation in the arena.
Is that a threat? Gentlemen, teach this imbecile a lesson.
Maybe enlightened victory in this battle. A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
How are we going to influence Cornelia's bets without candy cane?
Have faith, my child. Let's start by searching the body. We will find a way.
Petrus, your prayers have been answered. This crook had a letter from Cornelia on him, and a key.
My child, this letter confirms that our plan may work. Cornelia is interested in your fight.
She also mentioned a secret letterbox for returning the mail. This key probably opens it.
If that is the case, all we have to do is slip in a letter from Candy Cane. I've got it. We'll slip a fake one in, advising him to bet on the fact you will hold on for 5 minutes.
The letterbox is probably not far from here.
Wait, my child. I will first write this fake letter for Cornelia.
Petrus, you would make the perfect criminal.
There is no light without shadow. The enlightened knows it, and knows how to guide the righteous ones.
May the enlightened bless you.
Can I get you anything?
No, thank you. I'm fine. Hello. I wonder if we might have a word.
Desade. The Dorsey family's henchman. I knew it. I knew I would meet my end by accepting this mission.
Since you know who I am, you must know why I'm here.
Yes. The document chest. But don't think you can scare me into giving it to you. I've been scared to death since I got to this town. Since I got to this island. But I will not betray them.
Come. We never wished you harm. We only want to recover some files. They do concern us, after all. Tell us where they are. A huge weight will be lifted off your shoulders.
That's true. Does it even matter? I don't have the chest anymore. I gave it to a group of inquisitors who don't like you very much. Those fools are so furious that they'd rather die than give you the chest. And Saint Matthias is with them. So, they're hiding out in one of the warehouses around the port. If you really want to confront them, it's your own choice. But you should say a prayer first.
Protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade. Let's go!
So you found us. But don't rejoice too soon. You will not leave this warehouse alive.
Come. I'm sure we can work this out. I only want the Devesp chest.
Don't count on it. Because of you, our order has been driven off this island and the governor treats us like criminals.
We shall avenge our brothers and our order.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemy!
I need healing!
You think you know how to
May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow...
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade.
And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Poison on my blade.
And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Ready to excite the crowd? Ah, there you are. I was told you'd be taking on one of our old champions. Are you ready for the fight? Beware. Contrary to the challenges, this combat must be fought alone. Your friends must remain in the stands.
Yes, I am ready.
So, jump into the arena. What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. It wasn't easy.
And here are your winnings from the combat. You've earned them.
Bravo! A glorious victory, which is made all the sweeter by double compensation.
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier. The thought of holding something over Cornelia seems to do you wonders.
That is true. Politics is an extremely subtle game, and just as satisfying as fighting in an arena.
I imagine we need to go and see her now.
Yes, and I hope you will enjoy the moment every bit as much as I will.
Lady de Sardet. And you, Petrus, what can I do for you?
We have come to offer our support. We have learned that the arena was cruel to you.
How do you know that? Oh, I see. You tricked my informer.
We just let him believe that I would lose.
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe me a handsome sum.
All of this just to make me spill the beans, am I right? I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Excellency. It is true, though, that with such a teacher...
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You excel at this game.
It's true. And I also know when to admit defeat. What do you want from me?
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and Constantine. Is that clear?
Is that what you're expecting? Ah, but I'm sure that this sly old fox has something else in mind, right? You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank of cardinal? You haven't learnt your lesson, then? Have you forgotten the abyss into which you plunged because of your ambition last time?
Petrus, what's she talking about?
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that day.
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened, it's true. But if someone deserves to know, it's her.
No, please.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will. Petrus knew your mother, child. Your real mother.
My mother? Petrus, is it true? How?
Be damned, Cornelia. It's true. I knew your mother. I used to go to the jail to give my spiritual support to the prisoners of the Prince d'Orsay. That's where I met her. She was alone, afraid, and exhausted. And so strange. Obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You know that my uncle lied to me, and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed. Ashamed of having left her to die in that dead-end pit. Completely alone.
Why talk to others about it, then? Why does she know?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden with someone.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken your vows. Ah, damnation. It's better out in the open. I've wanted to tell you about it since I met you. Now that you know, I want to do something in her memory. I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that all of this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you now? You have used me for your scheming and have kept me in the dark.
I understand how you feel, my child. Let's wait a little, until you've taken it all in. Time heals the wounds of the soul. Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, de Sardet. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.
Don't hesitate to have a run. Goodbye. May the enlightened always keep you.
Your Excellency, Her Highness... Her Highness, Aurelia de Vespe of the Merchant Congregation has sent me to convey her regards. She would like to assure you of her deepest respect and her unwavering support as an ally with any troubles you may encounter. She also wishes to forewarn you that the person who, until now, presented herself as the congregation's legate may soon lose her position. Indeed, she is believed to have lied about her lineage, and doubt has now been cast upon her titles of nobility. It is also rumored that she has engaged in questionable dealings involving the guilds and the natives. We sincerely hope that, until this situation has been clarified, you will treat her with the utmost suspicion. Naturally, if these allegations prove to be true, a new legate will be appointed by Her Highness immediately.
This situation is regrettable, but hardly surprising. I cannot deny that our dealings with the legate have often been wrought with a lack of elementary diplomacy, and what you are telling me merely confirms my suspicions. But look, here she is. Madam, in light of what I've just heard, you are not welcome here. At the very least, until these allegations are confirmed.
We were thrown out like trash. I can't believe that Viper's claptrap got us into this mess. How will we discover where those documents are now?
I must admit, it was humiliating. But now, we can give her a taste of our own medicine. I say we follow her, and once we discover her lair, finding those incriminating documents shouldn't be a problem.
You dare follow me? I may be overstepping my orders, but you asked for it. On guard!
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
Damn it! It was a trap.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Watch out! Grenade!
I need healing!
There are some documents, but it's not the evidence Aurelia spoke of. These documents speak of you. It appears that the Devesp sought out information on each of you, hoping to influence you or to drive a wedge between us.
Remarkable. My whole life picked apart by liars and manipulators. Promise me you'll burn all of this without thinking twice.
This is just further proof of their deceit. And the so-called evidence got away again. Let's search these men. We may find something useful. According to this letter, the chest was given to a merchant in town who deals with the Devesps. He was ordered to hand it to the governor if something happens to the delegation.
That Aurelia is clever if nothing else. We must get their chest from the merchant before he learns of their deaths.
Come closer! Come closer! All my wares are without Hello. Are you Valens?
Indeed. What can I do for you, milady? Are you looking for tools for your workers? I have a large range of tools. Everything you need for mining or timber harvesting.
I have no interest in your goods. I have been sent by Her Highness Aurelia de Vesp. She asked me to recover a chest you have in your keeping.
Of course, of course. It's stuffed between my goods in the street just behind us. I hope you tell your mistress that I obeyed her orders.
Do not worry. She will be told.
Karans, I want to understand this story about the promise made to the priests. I am certain that they lied. You understand the Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Of course. Let's go.
I'm happy you came to find me. Allow me to apologize once again. I should have spoken to you sooner, told you what I knew, and not betrayed your trust.
Indeed, you should have.
As I said, I'd like to make up for it and help you find your family again.
I don't have time right now. I have other matters to attend to.
Very well. I'll wait until you're more available.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
It's not the first time I've noticed these papers you stick on the walls. But these are new. They weren't here last time.
I'd like to go have a look, out of idle curiosity.
What is this nonsense? Another Devesp trick. They'll truly stop at nothing. These posters could cause a full-scale riot. We must stop them from spreading around town.
These people are angry. They must have read the papers we saw.
We should ask these bystanders. They may have seen who stuck up these posters.
This is incredible!
Greetings, madam. Did you happen to see by any chance who stuck up these posters?
Oh, you are the famous legate these posters speak of. You would never tell me if it were all true.
Anyway, if you want revenge against the woman who stuck 'em up, you're too late. The guards caught her in the act, and when they saw what was written on the posters, they took her to the barracks. She must be rotting away in jail now.
Thank you. And you shouldn't believe those lies.
As if you could say anything else.
Hello. I'm the bastard murderer from your posters.
Oh, Your Excellency. I'm not responsible for the content of those posters. I had no choice but to stick them up. In a sense, the guard's arrest protected me, but my partner is under lock and key and guarded by armed men who bear the Devesp livery. They are responsible. They forced me to stick these posters up all around town. They threatened to kill my partner. If you don't stop them, they will kill him. I beg you, free him.
I believe you, and I will free your friend if I can. Do you know where the other posters are? I must destroy this nonsense before it creates a riot.
No, they only gave me one stack of them. They certainly have more, but I don't know where they're hiding the rest. The men who are holding him must know.
Very well. I have no other choice but to free him. Where is he being held?
Behind the barracks, along the docks. Please, hurry!
Thank you for freeing me from those murderers' clutches. Do you know where my friend is? She went to stick up those horrible posters.
She sent me to rescue you. She was imprisoned, but she'll probably get out soon. The presence of these men will prove that she had no intention of causing an insurrection.
Oh, you've taken a great weight off me shoulders. I was worried she'd been killed. They were such brutes.
I must destroy the rest of the posters. Do you have any idea where those men could have hidden them?
Well, they spoke of having a reserve just outside of town. In a small hut, if my memory serves me well. You should go and check.
Thank you. And try to avoid the Devesps in the future. They're dangerous.
You're back. Any news?
I recovered some documents that Aurelia intended to use against us. I also brought you the wedding contract.
Let me see. Yes. A skillful blend of truths and untruths, as is to be expected. I'm afraid, however, this letter from Julia d'Orsay, Constantine's mother, is genuine. But your cousin is not to blame for his mother's folly. It caused him more harm than good, and he was but a child when his brother was killed. But the implication that he's not the prince's son is absurd. You know them both, and you know how much Constantine looks like his father. As for these documents about your mother, poor Livy would never have deceived your father. And furthermore... In any case, I doubt that this information could truly be used against you. The revelations about Constantine are more cause for concern. But since you recovered the evidence, we needn't worry about it being used against us. Providing it's the only copy, of course.
I believe so. What do you make of the marriage contract? Is it genuine?
Well, the writing is that of a court clerk. But their handwriting all looks the same. Would be difficult to tell if it was truly written by your uncle. As for the seal, well, I'm almost certain that it is a forgery. But an excellent one at that. That being said, without the seal itself, you'd be hard-pressed to prove it. If we denounce this contract without evidence, everyone will say that it's just an excuse to get out of the wedding.
In that case, I need to find that seal. Let's hope Aurelia de Vespes brought it with her.
I'd wager she did. She may want to use it again. If you want to find it, you'll have to get her away from her camp to have a good chance to search her belongings.
As I'm supposed to be organizing the princess's arrival, Lady Morange can surely help by sending for her. Thank you, sir.
Was there anything else you wish to ask?
I must be on my way. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye. And tread carefully.
By the look on your face, you've already experienced the de Vespes' deceit firsthand.
Indeed. Aurelia tried to blackmail us. I had to recover evidence she gathered against my cousin and myself, and stop a riot in town she caused by sticking up posters which mocked us, and which depicted you as the heroine.
And I can assure you I'm not responsible.
I don't doubt it, madam. However, Sir de Cosillon told me that the seal used on the wedding contract was fake, but that we needed the fake seal itself to prove it and put an end to this sham.
So you would like me to get Aurelia de Vespes away from her quarters so you can search them at your leisure?
That's the general idea. She did ask us to organize her arrival. Your message shouldn't surprise her.
Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm going to write. The young de Vespes may be talented, but I have years more experience. Oh, if I may offer some advice, you should question the Nauts who brought her here. They must have gleaned some information on our charming princess on such a long journey in close quarters. Admiral Cabral should know where they are. You should go and see her. Do you have any other questions?
Goodbye, Lady Morange.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful. Don't underestimate the trickery of the de Vespes.
Come closer, good people. The cure in are your roots.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Greetings, Admiral. I came to see you as I seek information about Aurelia de Vespe and her entourage. Since they landed on this island, they haven't ceased their efforts to undermine our city and our diplomatic position. And since they traveled on your ships for several months, I thought you and your men would surely have things to say about them.
We don't make a habit of revealing information about our passengers, but I'm willing to make an exception this time. Since we got here, part of our ship's crew, those who were in contact with the de Vespes, haven't been heard from. The rest of the crew, the ones who steered the ship, are here. They're worried and fear the worst for their comrades. I would be very grateful if you inquired of their whereabouts. If you find them alive, I will not object to them telling you everything they know. Quite the opposite. One thing is certain. The de Vespes will never set another foot on one of our ships.
Rest assured, I'll do my best to find them. Goodbye, Admiral.
Goodbye, Desarde. And be careful.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Closer, good people. The cure wine from the company.
Oh, it's you, Onulminawi. Come and see. I'll receive beautiful things from our village. Oh, it's you, Onulminawi. Come and see. I'll receive.
Come closer, good people. The cure
genuinely forgotten how hard the Spadassins are.
How would you like a taste of this poison?
Let's see if you can fend off my blow! Watch out! Grenade! I'm wounded, find you dead!
This fake seal is very accurate. I wonder how many other contracts the Devests have forged using this method.
In any case, thanks to this seal, we can prove that the contract was forged. And we can send Mr. Vesp back to the continent.
That may be so, but after seeing what was written in that journal... I'm worried about Lady Morange. We should try to find an antidote. The Donegada in this region should be able to help us. They must know about all the plants.
It's disgusting. All this dirt collected on each of us to better cause trouble. We must stop them, Desade, or the island will get thrown into chaos before falling under their control.
locked.
Thank you. Thank you immensely for having freed us. Had we stayed here, those lunatics would have killed us.
They already killed one of the men by giving him some kind of potion.
Yes, Aurelia de Vest came, with a smile on her face, and poisoned one of our men. To test the effects of a plan. That's what she said.
Did you see or hear anything which could help me while you travelled here with Aurelia de Vest?
That woman is very secretive. She isn't the kind of person who speaks of her plans in front of those she treats as servants.
I sipped her in her cabin. Every time I came in, she slipped the documents she was reading or writing in special chests. However, one day I heard her talking to one of her followers. She told him that with all the information they had gathered, they would easily take over the island. She clearly spoke of bringing the other governors to their knees with the information she had against them. She wants to blackmail them.
She probably kept us locked up here because she knew that we had heard her plans.
That's undoubtedly true. Thank you for this information. Do you know how to get back to the Admiral, now that you're free?
Yes. Don't worry. We'll soon be back on our ship. Thanks to you. Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful.
Have you managed to convince the Renaigse to leave on Olmenawi?
Yes. I actually need your help. I'm sure you know all about the plants in the region. Do you know of any that are poisonous? The leader of those who came here plans to poison one of my friends.
It's true that the leader left the camp at one point. She stayed in the woods for a while.
If it was poisonous plants she was after, I'm sure she would have collected sedek leaves at this time of year. It's a slow but horrible poison, which causes a great deal of suffering. But the antidote can be found in some roots that we know well.
You're in luck. We have a small bottle. Anyone who drinks it quickly after being poisoned will survive.
Thank you. I am infinitely grateful.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
Thanks again for your help. Goodbye.
Kwa'awalan seg on Olmenawi. And don't forget, those Renaigse...
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I never imagined the Defesps would go so far. She tried to poison me.
Don't mention it. The Donegada of the Dunkas clan should also be thanked, my lady. They gave us the antidote.
May they be blessed. I'll send them a present to thank them. But you should go straight to the palace. Aurelia de Vesp was headed there. I'm afraid she may try to take over by force.
I'll go there right away. Get well soon, my lady. Aurelia de Vesp. On behalf of Governor Constantin d'Orsay, you are under arrest.
Oh, really? Hardly surprising. Typical of the d'Orsay family's underhanded methods. On what grounds, might I ask?
Firstly, for fraud and forgery. The wedding contract you gave us is a fake.
Your lies are as dismal as they are desperate. The contract bears the seals of both my father and your prince. Is he trying to back out? Or has his idiot son simply decided to disobey him?
Neither. The d'Orsay seal upon this contract is forged. And I can prove it. Here. This is what was used to seal the contract. A cleverly made counterfeit we found in your camp.
That seal proves nothing. You probably made it yourself to undermine me. That contract could not be more authentic. The same, however, cannot be said of your noble lineage.
The second charge made against you is the attempted murder of Lady Morange. Are you also going to deny that your men attacked her?
This is a very serious accusation. I assure you that I had no knowledge of any attack on the former governor. And if an attack did indeed take place, I am certainly not the one responsible.
Is that so? Then why does this journal, written in your handwriting, say that you wish to rid your city of all d'Orsay sympathizers, and that you'd found the perfect poison to do the deed in the forests surrounding your camp? Thankfully for Lady Morange, the Donegada living in the region gave us an antidote.
A journal only conveys thoughts, not facts. Don't tell me you've never wished for someone's death without actually acting on those thoughts. And more to the point, who's to say that journal's genuine in the first place? Your so-called evidence, Mr. Sade, is but a pack of lies.
Lastly, you are accused of having sequestered and murdered the Nauts who brought you to this island.
Another baseless accusation. I don't know how you could possibly prove my involvement.
As it happens, we freed the survivors, and they are very willing to testify against you. For all the charges set against you, you are under arrest.
The Malachor upon you, de Sade. I greatly underestimated you. How wrong I was. I should have courted you and made you my ally. Together we would have been unstoppable. Very well. What are you going to do with me?
You'll be imprisoned here while we wait for the Congregation Council's ruling. Go on. Lock her up.
The de Vesps would have tried to impose themselves to the bitter end. It's fantastic that you gathered all this evidence. We won't have a ruling from the Council for months. Years, even. But I'm sure the de Vesps will pay a heavy price for Aurelia's folly, and the d'Orsay family will emerge greater than ever. Anyway, you should destroy the documents you found. Nobody else should ever get hold of them.
You're right. I'm going to burn them all right now, just to be on the safe side. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for your help.
I merely gave you guidance. That is my role. See you later.
All that's left is to destroy the evidence the de Vesps collected about us.